All right, cool. Yeah, I think once these cameras either die or hit their uh, finishing record time, which is about 30 minutes from now, I'll jump off. But I still got plenty more to talk about. Feeling good. Let's see. Some questions I'll be answering in the next live stream, the next tweets after this. So this is good. So I made a notebook, a my notes or whatever. I used to kind of write this down as like an outline of questions that I would answer, and I'm just finding just using Twitter as doing it. So here we go. Some questions, yeah. Sorry. How can I become a filmmaker without going to college? It's actually really simple. When you start filmmaking, probably the first 100 films, they're going to be not so great. But if you can kind of get over that and be okay with just being in the process, like YouTube, YouTube, it's so simple. There are tutorials for everything on YouTube about filmmaking specifically. So skip paying the debt. All you need is the hard work. All you need is the shovel, right? This is not my analogy, but it's a good one. All you need to do is wake up. And so how do you get a mile, like 1 mile? Say that you had to dig a hole for 1 mile to get to where you need to be or want to be. Let's just say filmmaking is your goal. It's simple. You just go, take the shovel, and you dig the hole. Every single day you're digging. And it's going to take a long time to get to that mile. But by 3/4 in, like you better be enjoying like being in the dirt, like enjoying the process. Like that's the truth. Like truly, like it's about the process. Like this right here, it's nice to just be able to reflect and riff and share my thoughts. I'm moreover using this as a tool to be able to just capture my perspective. But like making cinematic films, there are a million YouTube tutorials out there that'll tell you and show you different things. You have to put in the hard work. There's no way around it. School, for me at least, gave this false sense, actually not even, but I felt like school just really gives this false sense of if I show up for class, then I'll be good at this. And that's not true. Class is literally just like you watching the YouTube video, like you taking the information, but you got to use that information. Like you got to go home, and then that's what homework is for. But no one likes doing homework because it's homework. I mean, at least I don't. Like it's just like, ugh. Like watch a 10-minute video, then figure out how to do that thing. Come back, be like, what I did was okay, and then you do it again and again and again and again. Oh, we got alarms going off. Oh, 2 of them. Stop. Got one there. We got one here. All right, I think we're good. All right, Clubhouse. Okay, so apparently you can get more invites on Clubhouse the more you kind of like invite people and the more that they probably join. I think is how that works. Do I have to stay in LA to become a filmmaker, or can I pursue it elsewhere? This is interesting, right? Do you stay in a more of a popular location, or not? I think there's definitely value in being in a location that appreciates the arts, right? Never lived in LA, but is it better being in LA than Montana, or is it better than, like, is it, I don't know. I mean, I would think mostly, yeah, probably so. I would say that being in Atlanta versus Asheville yields better, may yield better results, but I also think it's an excuse too. You know, like there are more opportunities, definitely, like in New York. But if you don't have the right mindset to begin with, like the right just brain, like capacity and perspective, then it's not going to matter where you are. You have to be willing to put in the hard work and be willing to do it not specifically for the money. So at least up front, like I think anyone will tell you this. I'm going to take like a quick 30-second break, try to grab some water. We're still going to be on the stream. Just grabbing some water though. I'm getting a little parched right here. Talking for an hour straight. Whoops-a-days. And TikTok goes down. Or no, it's Instagram. Put you there. All right, be right back. Oh, Lord Jesus. Why do you? Oh, don't knock Instagram down. I'm always hectic about putting down. Oop. Okay. Back. Try to push my knees up. Always hectic about or nervous about putting water down next to like the computer because that's how one of my last computers died. That's good. That's good. I think I'm gonna try to drink more water today. Honestly, I've been finding like coffee, weirdly enough, has been like, I wouldn't say weirdly enough, but just like I've been finding that it's been making me a little bit more heavy than I'd like it to. And I think that's why I kind of also switched over to these other kind of like smoothie type drinks. Not because I care, like, not because it's like about a health thing. It's just like I enjoy, like I just drank one. I was like, oh, this is good. And it made me feel like kind of full. But yeah, maybe do this water and tea. It's gonna be sad though. What if I turn into a tea person? I'm not a coffee person anymore. That'd be sad. Probably not. It's one of those things where I'm changing. You know what I mean? 32's got me changing. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we got here. I really want to be a filmmaker, but I don't want to go to film school in college. Is there alternative courses that can also give time for filmmaking? I can't tell if they're trying to ask like, hey, is there a way that I can, let's see, I don't want to, this is pretty much the same thing as the last one. Like if you don't want to go to film school, like don't go to film school. College, really, it really, really, really made me feel less than. I'm sure that there were intelligent people there, but I'm the one to just kind of wake up and figure it out myself. Let's see. Okay, so this is where so like I said, I started using this as a way to, any thoughts, any notes that I have, So I also use this as a way to record the music that I'm listening to or using in the film. So using Under the Canopy by Blake Ewing. Also possibly Ascension. Oh, okay, I was thinking about using these songs. Yeah, man, like this is insane. It's insane how much just a sliver of some sort of information can do to trigger a memory. All this is just going back and what's in my head. It's so interesting. This is all the exact same day. I'm still on March 30th. This is all the stuff that goes through my head and more every single day. And I think I'm not alone in this aspect at all. I'm sure that if you literally wrote down almost all the thoughts that you're thinking and you were okay with just them being public, I think you'd be better for it. You'd find that there are a lot of people that are going through similar things. And it's not to comment this so that someone else comments on it and gives their perspective, or for them to, I'm not trying to fish for feedback or attention. Like, it's cool if someone wants to chime in, but it's more just like recording it. I don't know, chilling, kicking. Let's keep on going. Time to put in work at New Human. New Human's my day job. You know what I mean? It is the Monday through Thursday. If you don't know me or haven't been following me, I work Monday through Thursday at New Human, kind of like a typical kind of like 9 to 5-ish kind of thing, 9:30 to 5, whatever. Depending on, like, it just depends on the day or whatever. But then Friday I freelance, Saturday, Sunday, chill. But it's not just like that Friday is like freelance. A lot of times Friday is just an off day, honestly. It's that I try to wake up. If you can wake up early each morning and focus on you, then, it's almost like every single day you're working and doing something to further grow yourself or build your brand. Brand is everything. But yeah, putting in work at New Human. Let's see. Automating QR codes and working on barcodes for New Human products. So I've been building this pretty complex label builder with Isaac over the past good while. And one of the new things that we're adding is adding in QR codes so that it can do two different ways, right? So if a customer, actually three ways, really, but if a customer wants to look up the product, they can scan with their phone very quickly and it comes up, or if a practitioner wants to, pull it up or something like that, to be able to reshop for it again, or on the admin side of that, like if we need to update stock, stuff like that, very simple stuff. Not very simple stuff, but it will help out tremendously. Asking the question, toughest coding project you've ever had to do? Go. I think the toughest projects. There are some tough projects that are just like it's complexity, or like just it takes a lot to get there. But I think the worst ones are really the ones where you shoot yourself in the foot, where you really think, oh, this is going to be really simple, or oh, this is going to be great, or this isn't going to take 50 million revisions, or the client's going to be happy with this, but they continue to change it and change it and change it. I think those are kind of the worst ones. They're worst on you, like, mentally. Like, the capacity to be able to do the work is like, you just got to be in the right mode, right mindset, just do the work. Yeah, I don't know. I've had several projects that just like, I like projects that don't go on forever, like big boom, big bang projects. I like to start on new ones. So yeah. I love long, deep podcasts. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool to hear someone talk for an hour or two. especially if they're on like a similar wavelength as you, because you can't. Yeah, you can pretend in a podcast if you really want to, but like at some point you just got to be yourself. You know what I mean? And listening to someone for an hour, you're gonna fake for an hour. You're gonna fake for 2 hours. No, you're just gonna talk. Like, let's talk. There might be mess ups. There might be things that you like. Whatever. But in a podcast, a lot of times, like especially like I don't want to go back and edit this stream. I don't want to go search for, maybe I shouldn't have said fuck or something like that. Like, I don't, just being me, you know? And it does take time to get there. It does take time to kind of figure out how to talk to the world. Like, it took me a long time to like get over anxiety about like being on live or whatever. I still get that little bit of like weird kind of raising feeling in my body, like right before, like when I'm about to hit that camera, and right when that camera comes on, it's like, oh. But I don't know, like when you gotta. I don't know. I'm literally just sharing my thoughts. Like, if you want to join the ride, if you don't, yeah, that's cool too. Most people are nice. You know, most people want to just give good feedback, or they want to support you. There are people that are just assholes and stuff like that. It comes with it, but I think it's good to be able to get better at public speaking. I always thought of public speaking back in the day as like this thing where you're putting your shoulders back and you're got your top coat on, and you're just like you're putting on this speech, this public speech. The sports speech always scared the shit out of me. I was like, speech? I don't know anything about speeches. I'm not a good writer. I don't want to write a speech and present a speech. Public speaking. But no, it's getting good with being able to talk. And I think what happens is a good format, I would say, if you have to do public speaking, which I don't even want to call it, it sounds gross, I hate that word. If you just got to talk to your audience, it's easy to have an outline. If you have an outline of things that you want to talk about, you go through and you talk about them almost. You don't want to talk about them almost as if they're not there, but you just talk about what you are talking about. But you also have a section that's Q&A. And Q&A is really simple. All it is someone asking you something, and you're answering something that you know something about. And if you don't know about it, you're like, I don't know. Sorry. A better way, an even better way of doing this, and this will come as I have more interaction or more whatever, is you get through what you need to, the staple of what you need to talk about, but then you really open up Q&A as soon as you can. You'll see this a lot in Gary Vee's content. It's why his stuff is always so good and so engaging, because there's gonna be people that ask the same question, but so many people have their own twist and own way of talking or asking certain things, and flavors of like the nuance, like the details. It opens you up to be able to not be giving the same old thing that you're talking about. Like, these thoughts are what's doing that too here. This is almost like a Q&A for my own self. Like, I could talk about the core staples that I talk about: filmmaking, design, social media, web development, right? But with all these open-ended kind of thoughts, like, it just allows me to go much deeper. So yeah, onward. Let me double check the Twitch, Twitter, Facebook gang over here. I forgot I wasn't sharing my little thing. I'll pop that up for a minute. Just why not? Let's see. Digital minimalism for the win. Yeah, I mean, it's a constant battle. it's a constant battle. Like this entire setup right here, it's almost like it's like one step back, two steps forward, three steps forward. I don't, whatever the saying is. Like last week was me paring down everything that I had, really paring it down. And I was doing most of my work on the bar over there, and didn't have a problem with it. Was chilling, but I could tell that it was starting to annoy Laura a little bit, like all my stuff scattered all over the place. And you got to remember, she's a woman of tradition, of not drastic change all the time. And living with me, it's a cyclone. It's a cyclone of ever change. I will literally break down my studio every single week, every week. So you can imagine, like living with me. I've been this way as a kid. I've been this way since I was a kid. God, I would drive my foster parents nuts with it. They're like, why do you have to change your room every single day? It's just part of me. I thought it would be like I thought it was a phase. Back once a long time ago, I realized pretty early on after that it wasn't a phase. Like it's just my brain is ever changing, and I'm one of those people that is always constantly thinking about how can this be better, more efficient? How can this be more creative? How can this be like all these things? And sometimes you change things and they're just not great. But then again, then you know that it's not good, and then you improve and improve and improve and improve and improve. Step back sometimes. Sometimes you step forward a lot. Like just you just